Satoru Gojo is the strongest sorcerer of the modern age, and throughout his world, he has cemented himself as an absolute powerhouse, the pinnacle of Jujutsu mastery. But today, we are putting him up against Kenpachi Zaraki, a monster who holds the title of the strongest Soul Reaper in the whole of Bleach. We are breaking down this cross-verse battleground to answer a definitive tactical question. Can the absolute peak of Jujutsu sorcery withstand the raw, world-ending physical cataclysm of Squad 11's captain? Or will the Honored One find a threat that his arsenal cannot contain? To answer this, we have to look past the surface and break down Gojo's core passive defense, the Limitless, specifically his neutral infinity. Infinity operates as an absolute law of physics within his reality, creating an infinite division of space that slows any incoming threat to a complete standstill. Backed by the Six Eyes, Gojo's brain processes information at an atomic level, allowing Infinity to automatically filter threats based on mass, speed, and energy signatures, costing him virtually zero cursed energy. However, to see if this defense holds, we must look at the fundamental nature of Kenpachi's power system. Kenpachi operates entirely on spiritual pressure, or Reiatsu. In his universe, Reiatsu isn't just a passive energy pool, it is a crushing physical force. Top-tier captains possess spiritual pressure so dense that it physically warps the ambient space around them, causing weaker entities to literally disintegrate from their sheer presence. When Kenpachi releases his full power, he isn't just swinging a weapon, he is emitting a localized distortion of spiritual density. Gojo's Six Eyes can analyze energy, but Infinity is ultimately a manipulation of conventional space.
If Kenpachi's baseline energy density physically crushes the space it occupies, Gojo's spatial barrier is forced to process an anomaly that actively destabilizes the medium Infinity relies on to exist. Even if we assume Infinity can perfectly track and attempt to slow down a spiritual entity, Kenpachi possesses a direct conceptual counter. During his battle against Gremmy, Kenpachi was banished into the freezing, empty vacuum of outer space. Rather than attempting a tactical escape, he unleashed his Shikai, Nozarashi, and literally sliced through the fabric of empty space itself to shatter the dimension. Think about the mechanical implications here. If Kenpachi's blade can slice through the literal vacuum of space, Gojo's Infinity isn't an impenetrable wall. It is an obstacle made of space, and Nozarashi is structurally built to cut space apart. The second Kenpachi swings, the infinite distance separating them doesn't slow him down, it gets severed entirely. With his passive defense bypassed, Gojo is forced to rely on his offensive techniques, Lapse Blue and Reversal Red. Blue creates a localized vacuum of negative space, violently pulling objects together, while Red emits an explosive wave of positive spatial divergence. Gojo routinely combines these for high-speed spatial manipulation, allowing him to instantaneously teleport across long distances. Against Kenpachi, these spatial forces face an absurd physical wall. Kenpachi's physical durability is legendary. He is a monster who casually pulverized a country-sized meteor with a single one-handed swing while his power was still actively suppressed by his eye patch. The gravitational pull of blue or the kinetic repulsion of red would hit Kenpachi like a mild heavy wind. Even Gojo's teleportation only buys him time because top-tier Bleach captains operate at massively faster-than-light combat speeds, meaning Kenpachi can close any spatial gap before Gojo's brain can even register the need to reposition. This forces Gojo to bring out his ultimate offensive weapons, Hollow Purple and his domain expansion, Unlimited Void. Hollow Purple takes the pulling force of blue and the repelling force of red, snapping them together to create an optimized singularity that rips through matter. While devastating, Purple does not unconditionally erase all existence. High-tier characters within his own verse have survived or partially tanked the output through sheer reinforcement. Kenpachi's durability borders on the absurd, and his Bankai transforms him into a literal demon of pure, unadulterated power that his own body can barely contain. In this state, he casually tore off the arm of Gerard Valkyrie, a giant representing divine power. Kenpachi's body can withstand cosmic-level stress, meaning a localized matter-ripping singularity would fail to put him down permanently before his reverse curse technique equivalent stamina carries him through. Gojo's absolute final card is Unlimited Void. This domain expansion traps the target in a separate space, flooding their brain with infinite raw information, paralyzing their nervous system instantly. If it lands, it is a flawless victory condition. However, a domain requires a localized barrier to manifest. If Kenpachi is already emitting a level of Bankai-level spiritual pressure that shatters the surrounding reality, Gojo's domain barrier would literally shatter from the outside inward before the information loop could even settle. Furthermore, top-tier Bleach entities possess immense spiritual and mental resilience born from centuries of battling solar-racing forces.
Satoru Gojo is a masterpiece of a character, with one of the most brilliant, complex toolsets in modern anime. But when stacked against a character who operates on a multi-dimensional scale of raw destruction, his arsenal is simply outmatched by a universe with a fundamentally higher ceiling. That is how the scaling plays out when you break down every mechanic. Let me know in the comments if you think Gojo's 6 Eyes can find a win condition we missed, or if Kenpachi simply overpowers the entire verse. Hit that subscribe button for more deep, analytical shonen breakdowns. This is Domain Talks, and we are out.